In this CCTV-recorded incident from January 2026, a woman noticed a man taking goods without paying and chose to alert others. When confronted, the suspect reacted aggressively and attempted to silence her, but her decision to call for help drew immediate public attention. Another bystander joined in alerting those nearby, creating a safer environment through collective awareness rather than individual confrontation. As more people gathered, the suspect abandoned the attempt and tried to escape, only to be restrained until authorities could intervene. This situation highlights important safety considerations. Avoid physical confrontation where possible, prioritize alerting others, and maintain distance while seeking assistance. Public visibility often discourages escalation and reduces risk. Incidents like this demonstrate that awareness, communication, and cooperation can help protect individuals while ensuring situations are resolved responsibly and without unnecessary harm. Afternoon in July 2018, a driver pulled into a parking lot after sensing he might be followed. Moments later, a white vehicle entered behind him and two masked individuals exited, approaching while demanding his keys and belongings. Assessing the risk, the driver made a rapid decision. Instead of remaining stationary, he accelerated forward and drove through the lot's exit gate, creating distance and avoiding further confrontation. The sudden maneuver disrupted the situation and prevented the attempt from progressing. This incident reinforces several safety principles: trust situational awareness, keep doors locked while driving, and focus on escape rather than engagement if threatened. Maintaining vehicle mobility can provide a critical advantage in dangerous encounters, especially when it enables distance from potential harm. Reporting the incident afterward ensures proper documentation without escalating risk during the event. Preparedness, vigilance, and prioritizing personal safety over property are essential takeaways. Calm decision-making under stress can significantly reduce danger and improve outcomes when faced with unexpected criminal threats. This footage shows two men preparing to leave a compound after opening their gate. As they worked, a suspicious SUV stopped nearby and an armed individual approached, demanding keys and valuables. Initially, the confrontation appeared to follow the intruder's plan. However, one of the targeted individuals quickly reacted using a personal protective device, startling the aggressor and shifting control of the situation. The element of surprise caused the suspects to retreat and abandon the attempt, allowing the men to remain unharmed. While the incident ended quickly, the key lesson lies in preparedness and restraint. Maintaining awareness of surroundings, ensuring secure property access points, and having a plan for emergencies can improve personal safety. Importantly, avoidance and de-escalation remain preferable whenever possible, and defensive measures should always prioritize preventing injury and allowing safe withdrawal. This case illustrates how unpredictable confrontations can be resolved when victims remain composed and focused on safety rather than retaliation. Captured in 2024, this video shows a rider traveling along an expressway when approached by a man attempting to take control of the motorbike. The individual grabbed the key and tried to ride away, believing the situation was under control. The owner responded immediately by retrieving a lawful personal safety device and confronting the suspect, forcing him to stop and disengage. The quick reaction prevented further loss and brought the incident to a close without escalation. Best practices in such scenarios include remaining aware when slowing or stopping near unfamiliar individuals, keeping distance whenever feasible, and prioritizing disengagement rather than confrontation. Personal safety tools should always be used responsibly and strictly for protection, and authorities should be contacted immediately afterward. The broader takeaway emphasizes prevention, route awareness, avoiding isolated stops, and maintaining readiness to move away from suspicious activity. Situational awareness and calm decision-making can often determine whether a threatening situation escalates or resolves safely. In this footage, several individuals on motorbikes surround a car on a quiet road and demand keys and belongings. The driver initially complies, prioritizing safety while handing over requested items. As the group prepares to depart, the driver activates a defensive measure that disrupts their plan and forces them to retreat. Unable to continue, the individuals abandon the attempt, leaving the driver unharmed and ending the encounter. The core lesson here is prioritizing safety over possessions. Compliance can reduce escalation during unpredictable encounters, especially when multiple aggressors are present. Remaining observant, avoiding sudden movements, and looking for safe opportunities to disengage or alert authorities afterward are critical. Preventive measures such as avoiding isolated routes when possible, keeping communication devices accessible, and informing trusted contacts of travel plans can further reduce vulnerability. Incidents like this highlight the importance of calm responses under pressure and the understanding that personal well-being should always take precedence. Recorded by CCTV in March 2020, this clip shows two men seated along a quiet street when approached by individuals attempting to take phones and valuables. After gathering items, the suspects prepared to leave. Unbeknownst to them, a police patrol had noticed the activity. As officers approached, the suspects attempted to flee, even trying to scale a fence, but were unable to escape. Recognizing the situation, they surrendered and were taken into custody, concluding the incident. This incident demonstrates the value of public vigilance and visible law enforcement presence. For individuals facing similar risks, avoiding escalation, observing details safely, and cooperating with authorities afterward are recommended actions. Attempting to chase or physically engage can increase danger unnecessarily. Preparedness strategies include staying in well-lit areas, minimizing display of valuables, and maintaining awareness of surroundings. Community-oriented safety also benefits from promptly reporting suspicious behavior. Captured at night on CCTV, a motorbike rider is stopped by two individuals demanding his keys. The rider complies, allowing them to take the vehicle. Before they could leave the area, a nearby police patrol that had observed the encounter intervened, approaching rapidly and stopping the suspects. The swift response restored the vehicle and resolved the situation promptly. Compliance in dangerous circumstances can help avoid escalation, particularly when weapons are involved. This situation reinforces the importance of staying calm, prioritizing personal safety, and cooperating with authorities after the incident. Preventive strategies include route planning, avoiding poorly lit streets, and maintaining emergency contacts. Visibility measures, such as reflective gear or awareness devices, may also support quicker assistance. The key lesson: property can be replaced, personal safety cannot. Coordinated law enforcement response combined with composed victim behavior often leads to the safest outcomes when unexpected threats occur. In December 2024 footage, a homeowner parking his truck notices two vehicles stopping outside his gate. Several masked individuals rush toward him and demand control of the vehicle. Instead of surrendering the truck, the owner carefully reverses away through the gate, creating distance and forcing the group to step back. Recognizing the disruption, they retreat and leave the scene, ending the attempt without further escalation. This highlights the importance of controlled responses and maintaining vehicle mobility when safe to do so. Ensuring gates are functional, lighting is adequate, and entry routines remain alert can reduce vulnerability. Avoid engaging aggressively. Distance and visibility often discourage escalation. Security cameras, neighborhood awareness, and post-incident reporting further strengthen protective measures. Preparedness and environmental awareness remain central to minimizing risk in residential settings. The event reinforces a broader safety principle. Awareness, preparedness, and calm action can allow individuals to navigate dangerous situations without unnecessary harm or escalation. This video shows a motorbike rider approached on an expressway by two individuals demanding keys. The rider initially complies to avoid confrontation. As they attempt to depart, he activates a personal defensive device, causing confusion and prompting the suspects to withdraw. Their inability to proceed brings the situation to a quick conclusion. The primary takeaway is risk reduction. Compliance under threat can prevent escalation, while maintaining composure helps assess safe exit opportunities. Riders should favor populated routes, protective gear, and communication access when traveling. Avoid pursuit or confrontation. Instead, document details safely and notify authorities afterward. Preparedness, both mental and practical, is essential in unpredictable roadside encounters. This incident demonstrates how situational awareness and measured responses can reduce harm and contribute to safer resolutions in volatile scenarios. In this clip, a barber attends to a customer when a masked individual enters requesting money and valuables. The barber cooperates at first, maintaining calm while assessing options. When the individual becomes distracted, the barber steps outside and secures the entrance, effectively containing the situation. Authorities are contacted and assistance arrives, concluding the incident safely. This example illustrates the effectiveness of prioritizing personal safety, using environment-based solutions rather than force, and seeking assistance. Remaining calm, observing escape routes, and avoiding direct engagement can significantly reduce risk. Businesses benefit from safety planning, panic procedures, communication systems, and staff awareness training. Incidents should always be reported promptly to ensure proper handling. Overall, the scenario reinforces a critical principle. Strategic withdrawal and professional intervention are often the safest responses when facing threatening circumstances. In this CCTV clip, a motorcyclist rides along a quiet street at night when two men on another bike intercept him and demand his keys. The rider complies, attempting to avoid escalation while assessing the situation. As the suspects prepare to leave, he notices one briefly loosens control of his weapon. Seizing the moment, he steps forward and pulls it away, startling the robbers and forcing them to abandon the attempt and flee. The victim recovers his bike unharmed. Incidents like this highlight how unpredictable confrontations can be. Safety professionals recommend prioritizing distance, avoiding sudden resistance unless no safer option exists, and contacting authorities immediately afterward. When traveling at night, staying in well-lit areas, sharing routes, and maintaining awareness of surroundings can reduce risk exposure. A September 2020 CCTV recording shows a man and a young girl walking along a busy street when a thief suddenly grabs her handbag and runs. The accompanying adult reacts quickly, chasing after him through the crowd. After a short pursuit, he catches up and a brief tug-of-war ensues before the bag is recovered and returned safely. While the outcome was positive, experts caution that pursuing suspects can expose victims to injury or escalation. Safer responses include noting descriptions, alerting nearby security, and reporting incidents immediately. Personal items should never outweigh personal safety. Carrying bags securely, remaining alert in crowded areas, and walking with companions can significantly reduce vulnerability to opportunistic theft attempts. In this store incident, a robber enters and demands cash from the register. The cashier stays calm and complies, handing over visible funds while monitoring the situation. During the exchange, the cashier moves decisively, restrains the suspect, and secures the entrance door remotely, preventing escape. The suspect is subdued until authorities arrive. Retail safety guidance emphasizes preparation over confrontation. Employees are typically advised to cooperate, activate silent alarms, and avoid sudden resistance unless trained and conditions permit. Controlled access systems, surveillance coverage, and staff training can deter theft and protect workers. Remaining composed, communicating clearly, and documenting suspect details are key elements of safe response protocols. Captured on CCTV, a woman walking along a quiet street is approached by two men attempting to seize her handbag. She resists and raises her voice, drawing attention from nearby pedestrians. The increasing visibility causes the suspects to retreat, leaving without the bag. Safety experts note that creating attention can deter opportunistic offenders, though physical resistance may increase risk. Whenever possible, prioritize distance and visibility rather than confrontation. Traveling in well-lit routes, keeping valuables secure, and remaining alert to approaching vehicles can improve personal safety. If targeted, seeking populated areas and reporting incidents promptly helps ensure quicker assistance and documentation. Two women enter their vehicles when masked suspects approach demanding keys. They comply to avoid escalation. As the suspects attempt to drive away, they discover the car cannot start and abandon the effort, leaving empty-handed. This scenario illustrates the value of layered vehicle security systems. Experts recommend compliance when threatened and focusing on observation and reporting afterward. Parking in visible areas, locking doors immediately, and using immobilizers or tracking systems add protection. Two helmeted individuals enter a store and announce a robbery. A security guard responds, confronting them and forcing them to retreat without obtaining valuables. The suspects flee and no injuries occur. Professional guidance stresses structured preparedness in commercial settings. Trained personnel, alarm systems, and clear emergency procedures are more reliable safeguards than spontaneous reactions. Workers should follow protocols, maintain distance, and prioritize customer safety. A January 2024 CCTV clip shows two youths approached by motorbike riders who snatch a phone and attempt to leave. Nearby patrol officers witness the act and intervene quickly, recovering the device and stopping the suspects. Law enforcement visibility often discourages street crime. Individuals are advised to stay aware of surroundings, avoid displaying valuables openly, and seek assistance immediately after incidents. Reporting quickly increases recovery chances and supports broader safety efforts. A woman walking through a parking lot is confronted by a thief who grabs her purse. She holds on, attracting attention from nearby bystanders who intervene, helping recover the item. Though community awareness can help, experts advise prioritizing personal safety over property. Letting go of possessions may sometimes be safer than resisting. Walking in groups, keeping belongings close, and choosing well-lit routes can reduce risk. Prompt reporting ensures incidents are documented and addressed appropriately.